advisories at San Diego beaches is bad news for beachgoers and the ocean.
Parking around Petco Park is going to cost more during special events.
It's pretty shocking.
I think it's excessive. It's already expensive to park down here.
We'll break down how much it'll cost you and when it takes effect.
Mayors from across San Diego County coming together to address homelessness. Their goals moving forward.
Wildfires is giving us tips on what you should do if you see a retardant drop in your area, and more on upgrades at the Ramona Air Attack Base.
From 2 homes to 136 units, a massive ADU project sparks outrage in a lawsuit in Pacific Beach.
Bridging the gap between us and marine life, one project at a time.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now.
The beach is a very popular place to spend summer days, but you might want to think twice before jumping in the water on your next trip. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Steve Price. Advisories are posted at several San Diego beaches right now, warning people to stay out of the water because of higher than normal sewage levels. CBS 8's Alex Lai breaks down what these warnings mean and where they've been issued.
What were used to beach closures and water advisories and beaches in the South Bay, often due to Tijuana sewage. But right now, water advisories are popping up here in Mission Bay and even up in Encinitas. And experts say it's bad news for locals, tourism, and the ocean. A trip to the beach doesn't always guarantee a safe swim. Signs like this warn of high bacterial levels that exceed state standards and could make you sick. Right now, San Diego County has advisories in effect at Bonita Cove in Mission Bay, parts of Cardiff State Beach, Ocean Beach Dog Beach, La Jolla Cove, 15th Street Del Mar, Silver Strand Shoreline, and Lawrence Street Shoreline in Point Loma. The La Jolla Children's Pool has been under advisory for decades, and Imperial Beach and the Tijuana Slough are closed. So are there more advisories than usual?
You need to be careful because
Philip Musigas, executive director at San Diego Coastkeeper, says it's not necessarily more contamination, but better reporting.
the science around testing water quality has gotten better to make sure we know exactly how much bacteria is in the water so we can make better predictions about, how to protect the public.
As for what's causing the bacteria, he says it's unlikely sewage from Tijuana is traveling north of San Diego Bay.
We're more concerned about probably either untreated sewage getting in through leaking sewer pipes or through stormwater drains. It could be from campgrounds or other facilities, maybe not using the system properly. And
whatever the cause, it can ruin a nice beach day for visitors.
we really rely on tourism. We rely on people coming here expecting to have a clean beach and to have clean water. We need to see more attention to these water quality and these water pollution issues.
Beyond the beaches, Philip says sewage in the water can create algal blooms that are toxic to sea lions and seabirds. Long term, it's making the ocean more acidic.
Really makes it harder for ocean life, for fishes, shellfish, everything in the ocean to survive. It just makes it more stressful.
County officials test water daily and update closures and advisories regularly. You can find the latest list at cbs8.com. Alex Lai, CBS 8.
Thanks, Alex. Signs are going up all over downtown San Diego today, letting people know that parking meter rates are increasing from $2.50 an hour to $10 an hour during events like Padres games and concerts at Petco Park. The city says it will impact all meters within a half-mile of the stadium. That covers about half of downtown. It's a stunning move for people who live and work in the area.
Crazy. I mean, what was already a difficult situation for parking during things like Padre games, any sort of event downtown, with garages being full, needing to reserve parking, it's nearly impossible for me to even get a spot, let alone pay for it. So it's pretty shocking.
This new surge pricing will go into effect starting in September. Mayors from across the county met today for their 4th annual symposium on regional homelessness. The San Diego Rescue Mission hosted more than a dozen mayors for a closed-door meeting. CBS 8's Steffi Roche joins us live with more on the meeting. And Steffi, you were told this year's meeting was said to build off last year's success. What does that mean?
Right. Well, this year's symposium comes off the heels on some recent progress, including the expansion of emergency shelter beds in North County and the launch of the Shelter Ready app. And this year's symposium on San Diego County's homeless crisis was held at the Loma Santa Fe Country Club in Solana Beach. The goal of the 2-hour meeting of mayors and leaders from across the county was to highlight proven practices, identify service gaps and available resources, and explore ideas for regional collaboration that maximize long-term solutions. We caught up with Chula Vista's mayor, John McCann, about why he feels the symposium is necessary to address the issues facing the unhoused population of San Diego County.
Homelessness is a crisis. All you have to do is go to any freeway or any city, and they're being impacted negatively by homelessness. We want to get people off the streets and into care. By us being able to learn the best practices to get them off the streets will help not just the community, but more importantly, help the homeless.
As mentioned, one of the highlights discussed today was the Shelter Ready app, which launched in June and was unveiled by San Diego County District Attorney Summer Stephan. The app shows available shelter beds in real time, and homeless outreach teams and volunteers can quickly find a bed to assist homeless individuals or families. And while the meetings were behind closed doors, Summer Stephan mentioned to us that time and count data reflects a possible glimmer of hope that the homeless population and the homeless numbers in San Diego County might be stabilizing. But she adds that there's still a lot of collaborative work that still needs to be done. For now, reporting live in San Diego County, I'm Steffi Roche, CBS 8.
Right now, firefighters are working to get the upper hand on dozens of wildfires burning across several western states. Here in Southern California, the Gifford fire has doubled in size since it started Friday. It's burned more than 65,000 acres across Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo counties. At least 3 people have been hurt, multiple areas under evacuation orders. It is one of 14 active fires raging in our state, 7 of which started this past weekend.
This year, we had less than 50% of our annual rainfall, and as a result, the fuels are at less than 50% moisture content right now, which is it's critical level right now. So that, combined with the winds and steep slopes, areas that haven't burned in a long time, is showing why we're having such challenges right now.
Meanwhile, in Arizona, the Dragon Bravo fire near the Grand Canyon's North Rim has now burned more than 123,000 acres. That makes it the nation's largest wildfire. Farther north in Utah, the Monroe Canyon fire is now more than 60,000 acres. The state is under a 30-day state of emergency due to that wildfire activity. Fire crews quickly jumped on a small fire that threatened some homes near Valley View Casino. This one broke out around noon near Coolwater Ranch Road and Quiet Place. 9 acres burned before crews stopped the flames. No homes were damaged. The cause of that fire still not known. Crews often make retardant drops when fighting fires, and tonight CAL FIRE is giving us a look at the potentially destructive force from those drops.
CBS 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from Ramona with more of that video and how construction at CAL FIRE's air attack base out there is coming along. Alex.
Yeah, hey guys, so this is the Ramona Air Attack Base. We actually just watched the C-130 come in here and reload on fuel, and also that pink fire retardant that you see in the air during all those fires. CAL FIRE came to us and told us when all of that drops, it can make a very destructive force, and they want you to know what to do in that situation.
CAL FIRE uses its aerial fleet to attack fires from the air. And now the agency is showing us what can happen during retardant drops. If a drop is released too close to the ground, the force of the retardant is strong enough to destroy a car.
It could be very dangerous for people on the ground. So anytime you see that retardant, we want to stay well away from it. We don't want to get anywhere near that area because it is potentially dangerous.
The pink retardant is mixed with chemicals and is heavier than normal water. Bigger planes can carry around 4,000 gallons of retardant, which is destructive if not released properly.
To make sure that that's not coming down in a big blob, that they want it kind of come down in a rain fashion.
CAL FIRE says the pink color helps pilots see where the drops land from the sky. Pilots typically drop retardant from 120 to 150 feet in the air.
The reason it's pink is so they can see where the drops are and where we need to continue to build our control line.
At the Ramona Air Attack Base, the agency is about to start upgrading. The tarmac will be reconstructed to accommodate the size of the C-130 Hercules, one of the biggest planes in CAL FIRE's fleet.
We're adjusting for the C-130. There's some improvements that we're needing to be made at the tarmac, so we have more of a pull-through reloading process than the current process where the planes come in and pivot.
So CAL FIRE originally said that construction here at the Ramona Air Attack Base would start on August 1st. It has now been postponed to August 12th. It's going to cost about $12 million to do all the reconstruction here, and they say, CAL FIRE says it's going to take about 8 months to a full year to complete. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney. Back over to you.
Wow, Alex, that was some really dramatic video. Thanks for sharing. Confusing bureaucracy is a key factor when it comes to why it's so difficult for California to build mass transit projects. That's according to a report from Circulate San Diego. The nonprofit found when voters approve transit projects, transit authorities face legal hurdles when trying to get the appropriate permits from local governments, state districts, and other agencies. That often results in added costs and delays. State Senator Catherine Blakespear is among those pushing for change.
Too often we can let our own processes get in our way. We get in our own way and we delay decisions. We ultimately get into an analysis paralysis situation and we let the perfect be the enemy of the good. So we end up with projects that are scaled down, delayed, sometimes altogether canceled.
The report listed several recommendations to cut red tape, including giving transit authorities more responsibility for permitting, creating incentives for local governments to streamline permitting, and extending the California Environmental Quality Act exemptions for qualifying transit projects.
The legal battle brewing over a controversial proposal in Pacific Beach.
That story is still ahead. Plus, there's renewed interest in Lyme disease. And tonight, we're working to help you better understand your risks of the tick-borne illness.
But first, how one boy is sharing his love of music to help stressed out shelter animals.
And after a relatively mild July, the dog days of summer have arrived in August. We've got ourselves a heat advisory and an extreme heat warning over the deserts. I'm meteorologist Sean Stiles. We'll talk about that.